So my throat already hurts, and we're playing this shit. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Options. Oh, the music. Oh, the noise, the sound effects. Oh, it's so good. Volume-wise, here or here? I think it might get a bit loud on 2. One? Okay. How was it in the original? Was it low or high? I feel like it was high. Maybe it was low? I need an authentic experience. Hold on. Phoenix, right? It looks like it's pretty high. I'll go with that. Yeah, let me know if the game is too quiet, too loud, too whatever, because apparently I can adjust the volumes. Hi, Watcher! Hi, Spirit! Oh, I should probably tweet. Limealicious, hashtag Limealicious, hashtag Ace Attorney. No, maybe Phoenix Wright? There you go, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney Trilogy. There you go. Play this game. How much experience do I have? I have everything up until Phoenix stopped being the pro tag for a bit. I feel like the capture card's been a bit janky since I installed my new graphics card. It's never quite been back to normal. There's always a little bit of a stutter on it, and I can't work out why. Damn it! Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! I've gotta find someone to pin this on! Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. It's not blind for me, but it is blind for a lot of people in chat, so no spoilerinos. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? Thanks, Haunter. You mean, you knew the defendant before this case? Yeah, actually, I kinda owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life! Everything! It's over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, that's him. Death! Despair! here! Oh. I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty! Tell him I'm guilty! Give me the death sentence! I ain't afraid to die! What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! I can't live in a world without her! I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? These are the first 3 games. The Empire was great, so you should be fine. This is the first game right now. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me! Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case to clear his name. And that's just what I'm gonna do. We gotta clear the butts. Yes, that's true. God damn it, chat. Hold on. May I please have throat soothe think? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Sky, did you bring me a throat soother? Thank you, Sky.
He was not right. Went straight to here to see.
Yeah, you sleepy baby. You had a big playtime.
He's given some food, and if he's not interested, then it's fine.
I love you, Sky.
I like how this guy went to law school and everything, but the judge is like, no, let's do a tutorial to make sure you know how to law. Yes, Your Honor. And shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Larry Butts.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Shit, I forgot. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. Yeah, me too. Okay, Cindy. Time of death, 31st of that month, July. 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma.
Mia, Larry.
Cindy, what on earth is with that fringe? Oh, she's a model, that explains it.
Hi, Puff Milan, how are you?
It's sweet. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? Wait, no, Mia's American, isn't she? Why did I just give her a Brit accent? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot, temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Oh, can I make Edgeworth British? Please, please, please. Cinderblock? Absolutely, hooray! Thanks for your permission, chat. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
Hit with a blunt object.
She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first a question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor!
All I remember is his objection cry, so I don't know what his voice should sound like. But isn't it like, objection! Or something hard, like fucking Toad voice? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Hey, Luigi guy. Oh, Luigi guy, I have something to ask you later on. Can I poke you on Discord? Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker.
It was found lying. Okay, I'm sorry, Payne. Hold on. Let me finish this throat sweet. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, there's like a weird stutter on my capture card that didn't used to be there. I might have to reinstall it again, maybe. The original sprites were really nice. I'm not sure how I feel about the graphics now. Like, they maybe are a little bit too flat. I wish there was some texture to the paneling behind Payne.
It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. He said Mr. Butts. I also can't do the voice when I'm eating a throat sweet. Give me a little bit.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Okay, guys. I'm going to warn you now. If you get upset about the inaccurate portrayal of law in court proceedings, just don't. There is nothing in this game that makes any sense in regards to how an actual court proceeding would go. Do not try and apply logic to this shit. It's gonna be a shitfest.
Ahem! Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, what's your buddy? We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony! Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped! She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Like, ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it lies! I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Passport added to the court record. Sorry for the audio glitches. It was happening during the other one as well. I don't think there's anything I could do about it. Everything's on default. It should be pretty happy. It's on capture audio only. Maybe if I do custom audio device? See if that makes it any happier. I think it's actually full stuttering, but this game's so static it doesn't matter. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way!
The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. I mean, this isn't a kid's game. It kind of looks like it with the new graphics, but it's technically not. It's about murders. Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Oh!
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog? I'm gonna die! I'm just gonna drop dead! Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this! Oh no, what a threat. I mean, just because it's rated low doesn't necessarily mean it's for kids, it just means there's nothing in it that would be upsetting for kids, I guess. But there are plenty of adult themes, like, you know, people dying. More people dying. Knives. Some guns. Another person dying. Good times. Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Nope, it's still stuttering. But why? Oh shit. This was a mistake.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
Oh?
Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Uh-oh, he went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there, I went. Order! Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so, like, I didn't see her.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying!
I swear to God, that fucking voice. Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sahwit to the stand. Mr. Sahwit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Sahwit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. You only just got the pun? Bless you, Dick Mandrake.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and I found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sahwit used was one of those. Your Honor,
I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Welcome back, comrade. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Defense attorney, by the way. Pass the bar exam, by the way.
Alright, Wright, this is it, the real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Open the court record with the R button, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
I already know what the contradiction is, but I'm gonna press him anyway. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd that you would take notice of him.
Yeah, I don't know, he just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime.
The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture.
Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So, what happened next?
Dude, even if I can see a contradiction straight away... Also, what happened to the exclamation marks? Oh, is that not to the... Wait, I forget. Was it exclamation marks in this game or the other games? And then this one was a health bar.
Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd in a big city like this, I thought. I see, and what happened next?
I like how I can't get a consistent voice for pain, So he just kind of swings from reasonably human to fucking stupid.
Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment.
What gave you the idea to do that?
Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing. True words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside.
Why did Payne cut him off so quickly?
So you looked into the apartment. What happened then?
Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead! Are you sure she was dead?
Well, no, I guess I wasn't.
But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? So, you didn't touch anything in the apartment?
Yes, I mean, no, nothing.
Okay, what happened next?
I thought to call the police immediately.
You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them?
Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next?
Yeah, a little bit gray. I feel like a lot of the shading was just done with the burn tool or something.
However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
The phone in her apartment wasn't working?
Yes, no, it wasn't, right.
But you said you didn't go into the apartment.
Or did you? That, I can explain that.
There was a cordless phone on the shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call.
And that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Why use a public phone?
Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone.
And being in the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Right. What time did you call again?
I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
1 p.m., are you certain?
Yes, absolutely.
He seems really confident. I like how the game throws this in your face. Like, even if you get it anyway, the game's like, hey, by the way.
Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him.
No, I'm gonna continue pressing him.
Are you absolutely 100% diddly-doodly positive?
Yes, it was him, no mistake about it.
The witness says he's certain.
That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record with the R button if something strikes you as being suspicious. Then find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court. Hells yeah. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? That music cutting off is fucking amazing. Like later on in the game, it's gonna be so good.
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death as sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
Oh, that! Objection! This is trivial! The witness merely forgot the time! Hi, Shiv, how are you?
Yeah, when you object and the music keeps playing, it's like, ah, shit, I fucked up. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sahwit, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, right? Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. I'm sorry, I'm eating a throat sweet. One sec, let me just finish it. Okay, back. I have crunched. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Good Chinese for dinner? Nice. What you eat? What you eat? Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Also, one of the really funny things that I think about these games is that you constantly prove that the witnesses are 100% lying and mean to lie. And the game's just like, yeah, that's fine. Nobody gets upset at them for lying in court. Meanwhile, if Phoenix, like, presses the wrong thing, they're like, get the fuck out, right? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time.
There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. I'm terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one.
Oh, that sounds delicious, Shiv.
I've been like... It's been actually really interesting since I went vegetarian. It's been really neat finding different foods. Like, I got into the habit of just eating the same foods over and over again, like my favorites. But now I have reasons to find different things to eat instead. Okay. That sounds like a good life plan, Joshua. What could possibly go wrong? You said heard, not saw?
Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there.
I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something. But if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. That's shaky.
The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything.
I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. Oh, I'm sorry, Shiv. But Chinese food is a really good way to get through it. How long have I been a vegetarian? Since Kovu, so... like, March 1st, I think. I was feeling super vulnerable for obvious reasons, and I happened to stumble across a video of a pig trying to save another pig from, like, the slaughter, and it just destroyed me, and I haven't eaten it since. I was just like, nope, no more. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio.
Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television.
Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. Something about hearing the television.
The witness has testified he heard the time.
Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? How do you explain the gap? Well, witness, can you explain this? A video? Yes, that would explain what the time was wrong. True, true. Right. I think the problem lies someplace else. Mia, can you stop backseat gaming? What the fuck? For some reason, A doesn't let you present. It's kind of annoying. But I guess it's so you can examine things more. That's fair, Nick. Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it! You couldn't have heard the television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sahwit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Oh, wait, I remember now. Mr. Sahwit? The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body days ago.
Do you have an archive channel? I do. It is called the Lime Archives. It should be linked below the stream.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you very much for joining. It's good to meet you.
Very well, Mr. Sahwit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it! There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon! The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Phoenix looks done. Ooh, the music's kicking up. Listen to this shit. Da, 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 da. I fucking love this game. Ba, 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 ba. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I could see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry, I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? Nah, this'll amp up. This is the first case, and this guy is clearly lying. There's no pressure. It's gonna bop. I don't know, I still think it sounds great. Yeah, this isn't like the full crazy version when shit just super kicks off. This is just like, it's getting in, we're going. A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. 5 cases on this one. There was 4 in the original. Sorry, there were 4 in the original in the GBA version, and then they added a 5th case to show off the capabilities of the DS, I think, which has a slightly different cost. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here. Do you know what's fishy, chat? Autopsy report doesn't say. It doesn't say murder weapon. But the game might be finicky. It might be adventure game finicky about where you do it. And I don't know if it's gonna be the statue. Does it mention that the statue's the murder weapon? Either way, it's not mentioned that the murder weapon's a clock. I can turn the music back up. I don't know if I can do it middle of the game. Let's see. Ooh, hells yeah! Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was the statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence! Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Sahwit. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's the clock!
Your Honor, if I may!
Yes, Mr. Payne?
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. It doesn't look like a clock, so I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
There are 3 in this series, then there's a couple of games with one of the prosecutors. Then there's like another couple with a different pro tag. Then there's like a whole nother series on the 3DS. Then there's a spin-off. I could just cap the frame rate on the PC because my capture card's still glitching and it's annoying me. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known that the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Same shit, that's why I got it on the Switch as well, so like if I ever want to play this in my free time, which I will because I fucking love these games, I can just like play it on the Switch. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court! Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I also like how these games, like, it's not just the the defense attorney's responsibility to defend his client. It's actually his responsibility to find the new perpetrator as well. They're just like, no, you gotta prove this new guy guilty, otherwise we're just gonna put your client away anyway, even though you proved he couldn't have been there. There are a lot of people who have never played these games before, so we're going spoiler-free for now. Mr. Sahwit. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. I mean, to be fair, if I was in court and I'd come to testify and I wasn't guilty, but the defense lawyer started screaming at me that actually I murdered someone, I think I'd look pretty scared too. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never... Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw... I hate you! It was him! I tell you, I saw him! He killed her, and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order! Order in the court, I say!
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright! Your Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sahwit heard was definitely this clock. It's a fact which is clear if you simply... ask the neighbors? Try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25. Oh!
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sahwit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sahwit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing! Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing!
How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. I like how he's a more competent prosecutor than Payne. He's right! How am I gonna prove that? Damn it! I was so close! I'd like to checkpoint. It depends on whether or not my throat can handle it. I might do it like in a staggered kind of way. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you in take the witness. Unfortunately. Yes, this is the very start. This is the tutorial mission. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sahwit. I come all the way down here to testify and look what happens! You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! Ugh, I almost had him! Sorry, Larry, I failed you. I mean, if you prove that the witness is lying like 6 billion times over, surely that would clear Larry, but whatever. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sahwit. Chief! Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away, not like this. Think! But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right?
Plague Arcade! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome, welcome everyone! We hope you have a great time!
Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. You see, the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Payne's just not even participating anymore. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sahwit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh, he's dead. The death penalty in this country is so good that they just drop that on the stand as soon as you prove it. Jesus. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
Not guilty!
Yay! And with that, the court is adjourned. That judge voice is gonna fuck me up. It turns out that Frank Sahwit was a common burglar. Burger law. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sahwit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sahwit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Because that's a reasonable reaction. It's like, oh no, I'm going to jail for robbery. Instead, I shall go to jail for murder. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. Nah. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick.
Wait a minute.
Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Camelios, thank you for the resub. Thank you for the 27 months of support and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you. Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. I always fuck up your name. Camelios. Camelios? Camelilos. It's only been 27 months. You'd think I'd get it right at some point. But my Sandy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was... no, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry. Yes, you! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this like ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one that got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. I mean, that's evidence. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You? You made this? No, I made this. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it, dude? I was so into that chick, and she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry? Larry, are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. No, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about it? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I always felt really bad when you picked the wrong one. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she travels. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Our boss is hitting on us. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia. I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Hello, this is Maya. Hey, Maya. Is it Maya or Maya? Maya. It'd be Maya, wouldn't it? Because Japanese. Yeah, Maya, I think. Hey, Maya, it's me.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been?
Well, lonely, and it's all your fault.
Oh god, I'm getting flashbacks. So, cool Vine Source trivia. We were originally gonna do this game as like a whole voice cast. Hootie was putting it all together and like putting everyone's lines into a script, and he would play each episode as it went along. I did Maya. And I remember doing the lines over and over again. And this is what I did. Like, how many years ago was that? Oh man. I think it was like, it would have been at least like 4. But yeah, I was Maya. Hootie was Phoenix. I feel like, wasn't the judge communism? I feel like it might have been. See you later, MP Monopoint. Thanks for watching. Oh no, was the judge Babito? I know Babito was something. Yeah, it was a charity incentive. No, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. And Darius, thank you so much for the sub! Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Lime Cult. Enjoy your new Lime friend. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. You're here to steal emotes? Oh. To use on the site? Very, very responsibly? Thank you so much for the sub. An anonymous gifter! Thank you so much for giving the gift for sub to Kea! Thank you, spooky friendly ghost. Kea, enjoy your renewed Lime friend! Thank you, thank you! Oh, that's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. Oh, that's awesome, Gray. It might have been Luckaki. Oh wait, wasn't Pepito the really fat guy from this case?
Volking, thank you for the resub!
Thank you for the 9 months of support and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. How much to hire the best seal lawyer around? It's the cost of a sub. It's fine. You're covered. Who was Mia? Was it Jen? Yeah, but it was fun anyway, Gray.
I gotcha. So, what is it this time?
It's a clock.
A clock?
Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. Ah, I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that... Wait, that's Mia! They misattributed the line!
Darian Saber, thank you so much for giving the gift of a sub! Dinu, enjoy your renewed lime friend!
Thank you so much, Darian Saber! Thank you! Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial meeting until then.
Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers or something. I could really go for a good burger.
Sorry for the crackles, my capture card's been acting up. Not sure why. Okay, we'll hit the usual joint.
Alright, it's a deal.
Okay, sis, see you soon. Yup, I'll be waiting, Maya. Ow. Sushi burgers. Now, Miss Fey, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fey, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You are not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. My dear Miss Fey, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fey. Not again! The fucking clock! That's no worries, Mark Wolf. It's super important that you make sure that your graduation goes smoothly and look after yourself. We will always be here, and we will love you sub or no sub. Lime's D indeed. She's probably okay though, right? She's a main character. They can't kill her off. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess Chief left without me.
It's you again.
Oh my goodness, an anonymous gifter! Generous spooky ghost! Thank you so much for giving Mark Wolf a sub! Mark Wolf, enjoy your renewed lime friend, 11 months, holy heck! Thank you!
To be fair, not in every case, Omega. At least, but in the first couple, yep. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood? Mia? Maybe she's in her office. I like how you can just stop and examine everything, like, what's this? Hey look, it's my plant. No, okay. Game's like, no. Alright, let's move. smell? Blood! Sis! Someone's there! Chief? Chief? Chief!
Welcome aboard.
Who are you? Joshua Villar, thank you for the sub! Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Lime Cult. Enjoy your new lime friend. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you. Welcome aboard. Oh, bye. That strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally she was cold. Oh, thank you, Joshua. That's very, very kind.
Ooh, wait a minute. It's you!
Oh my goodness, Lieutenant Bauman, thank you for the resub! Thank you for the 6 months of support and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Has it been another month already? Holy heck. Thank you, thank you! That is very, very kind. Thank you so, so much. I hope you're well. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but if there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker lying next to her must have been the murder weapon. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. Must be pieces of the glass light line the glass light stand lying broken in the back of the room. I like the pixel graphics better, I think. And yes, I have played it before. I would prefer no spoilers in the chat because there are people who haven't played this game before, but I personally have. It's been a while, so I may not be able to get every single contradiction. So it should have been long enough that I won't just blast through the game, hopefully. No, I haven't played the 3DS games. I kind of didn't like them as much. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Exclamation mark. A word is written in blood on this scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police! Just after I tampered the hell out of the crime scene, let's go! Find out what that girl was doing here. I liked Investigations 1. I didn't play 2 because I don't think the translation had been completed at the time. Because they didn't translate it, did they? Yeah, the fan translation is finally finished, I think. So, I'd like to do that. I hear it's even better than 1. And I really like Edgeworth, so. That girl just now, where did she go? I put her right there on that sofa. Oh, I hope she didn't run on me. It's okay, she was hiding off screen. Don't scare me like that! Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya Fey. Maya Fey? Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt? I never thought they'd be used for evidence like this outside the courtroom. I mean, yeah, just show her the bloody note, it'll be great. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? I came in and the room was dark. Sis. So she was already dead. So you're the chief's... I'm her younger sister. And you were visiting this late at night? Yeah, she said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yeah, it was that clock. It was the thinker. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! Well, why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would sis write my name? Uh-oh, now I've done it. I'd better hurry up and call the police. Good job, Phoenix, you jerk. Ring, ring, ring. Right, I'd better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police? Please, come quick! What was that? Someone was screaming from outside the window? Oh god. She's staring right at me! She's holding a phone in her hand. Uh-oh. We're dicked. The police! Sounds like they're coming this way. Freeze! Police! Alright, I'm Detective Gumshoe, see? Who played Gumshoe? Gumshoe? What an odd name. We received a report from a building across the way, see? Got a person saying that we saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. I don't remember who was playing Gumshoe. Do you, Gray? If you're still around? Anyway, I don't want either of you moving an inch, okay? Great. Just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have... Nah. Whoa! Excuse me! The word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this note in her own blood. See, I don't remember him saying "see" so much. Yeah, has he not been in the last few games? That's actually kind of why I stopped playing, because I think Gumshoe kind of faded out a little bit. Yeah, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not... Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. What? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and I didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh, it's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you gonna be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I think Maya's 17? Something like that. Of course I will. First things first, I better get her cheered up. Yeah, of course I will. Cheer up. Really? Whoa, did I say the wrong thing? She looks sadder now. What's wrong? You don't think I can do it? No one could. Who would believe me? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought... It's okay. I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get in trouble now. Into trouble now, even. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. And that's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia, I know. I remember that guy in the background didn't have a face, really. In the pixel version, it was just kind of like a bit shaded out. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Obnoxious. Thanks very much for watching. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it that you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes! Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yeah, that clock shaped like the thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah, I'm pretty sure our conversation is still on my cell phone, which they didn't take from me for some reason. You recorded it. Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone? Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered the detective took my cell phone. There we go.
A turtle? Aw, that sounds cute.
Sorry. Oh, right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it.
I'll write you a note so that you don't forget, okay?
Sure, thanks. Maya's memo added to the court record. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard. No, that's okay. All I've been doing for the last few hours is talking about it. I've kind of gotten used to it. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9? The lights were off and I could smell blood. Then I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I needed to hear for now. So you're an acolyte, a medium in training? That's right. The Fey family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fey family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course! She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class, too. I had no idea. Wait, what? So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? Yeah, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We can just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could ask him to represent me? Sure, why not? I'll go ask. I'd like to, the Empire was great. I might have to do it step by step a little bit because this is gonna frig my voice up a little bit. Thank you so much! I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. Visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Okay. We moving. Actually, I think you can examine this guy. This guard monitors the visitor's room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. I guess I'll just have to come back later. But first, snooping. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case, and if I'm not mistaken, that lighter's made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone here's got money to burn. A solid mahogany desk. Mahogany. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Nice plant. An expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is, but it's probably the most expensive one available. Phoenix, you sound bitter, dude. Okay, I think we got everything. I remember when I would be like doing these sections and I couldn't find how to advance it, and then I would go to an area and this would pop up and I'd be like, yes! Story progress! It's almost as satisfying as when the music stops when you present evidence. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal! No trespassing! Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, Phoenix Wright! How could anyone mistake me for Larry? I guess I got the wrong name, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? He was proven innocent. Right, and you were Detective Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe? Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. I'll be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you better do it quick. Oh, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. I was wondering, did you see Maya Fey's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope. I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. The cell phone holds all a little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You're trying to confuse me. Sorry, pal, I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive, you're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here, you can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. Seems you didn't notice the recorded conversation. Obtained Maya's cell phone. So this is a conversation from the start of the case. Ooh. Hey look, I'm a detective. Huh, what's that? Sorry pal, but I got no info for the likes of you. There was a piece of paper next to the victim, wasn't there? Yeah, the one with the killer's name written on it. Are you sure that Mia wrote it herself? Given the condition of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not. So there's no proof that Mia wrote it. There was broken glass at the crime scene, right? Huh? Oh, that? Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. The glass shards were pieces of the broken stand. I was wondering, do you know anything about this? That statue, that's the murder weapon. He thinks the clock is just a statue too. I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. About Miss Fey, did you do an autopsy? Huh? You want to know the results, eh? Don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. I'm familiar. The chat isn't though, so we're going no spoils. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution. Edgeworth! Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. I guess I've asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait! One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to the witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyerly ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. I'm sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name, Miss May, huh? So you sent her home already then? Aha! You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not gonna go outside our room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try and get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Edgeworth! I kind of want to do that every time Phoenix says his name. For reasons that will be disclosed later, it's really funny. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Oh, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Of course, there were rumors of back-alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. No! Fuck! Boop. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel Room 303. Suspicious thing in the drawer.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said, don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal.
Memo to self, thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting and I can hardly contain myself. Oh, let me go and freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Oh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside that drawer. I'm glad you like it. Okay. Talk to the witness. What you witnessed. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Oh, observe incident? You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
I better not encourage her. You know that thing that happened the other day? The bad thing? What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it? Pretty please?
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll just have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you?
Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No! Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know, you're just so cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I blush as much. Right. Can you just tell me what it is that you do?
Well, no. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Oh, what amazing powers of observation.
Hold on a second, what was that? Okay, hi, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, it's really difficult, especially where it's like television. It's hard not to go British, and I don't know why. Oh, no, not me. I'm, just a lawyer. Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go and look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers. Oh, boy. I'm gonna show her my big attorney's badge. Excuse me, but I'm a witness, police witness, you understand? How could I possibly give you any information in good conscience, Me, the witness? It's just like in the movies.
Hi, Jackalope! Welcome, welcome!
Yeah, no, I love these games. It's good to see you. I don't know if there's anything else that I could... Nope. The endless looping. The late summer sunlight streams through the window.
Welcome, Caffeine Nut!
There's the Fey and Co. lore offices building. Actually, while I'm doing her voice, I'm doing the pose. It helps. So for this time only, I am sitting like that.
Welcome to all new people. Hello, hello. My name is Limes. We are playing video games.
And butchering the hell out of my voice. You knew too, Perfect Velvet? Wow. Amazing. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though.
Hello, Dalu. Welcome, welcome.
I forget, can you present profiles in this game, or does that come in the other ones? Let's have a look. Looks like you can only present evidence. She's not interested in talking to me, though, so I'm gonna peace for now. Is Grossberg back yet? Seems like Mr. Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of a throat I've ever heard.
Aha! So you're the one they say has been looking for me?
Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now?
Yes, well, yes.
And what do you want?
I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you?
Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually it's about Maya Fey.
Ah, yes, Maya Fey. Go on.
Why the strange reaction?
Ah-cha-cha? What the fuck is that supposed to symbolize? Ah-cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible.
Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. Hello, Zero Dine!
Don't you limes pee me, William DeBold. The jury finds you guilty of murder.
Hi, Colin! What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case.
Well, you see, it's just... I'm busy, you see.
But the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course. Well, I know that. Mia, there.
On my AliExpress, it's more likely than you'd think. William the Bold, how dare! God, I love Lime's pee so much. Look at that little tongue.
However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye.
Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll just go look elsewhere.
I think not.
Huh? Did you just say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
I think they're two different emotions, Little Shadow, so I like them both. Why?
I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I've nothing more to discuss with you.
What's going on here? There are occasional blips in the audio. It's caused by my capture card. I don't know why. It's happened ever since I put my new graphics card in. Either, like, maybe there's a power issue, an interference problem, or I need to reseat it because I disturbed it while I was putting the card in. So, I'll probably reseat it at some point, but the idea of opening that shit back up again is just depressing to me. How did you know Maya Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
A mission?
You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back, that one.
That's okay, Dumb One Punch Man. Yes, if anyone's getting crackling, it's from my side. Don't worry, it's not you. That's quite a painting.
Aha! You noticed! It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it, not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Very sorry, but I've got nothing to say regarding this matter.
Hardware issues are just so frustrating, dude.
Wait a minute.
That is quite a name. Cranial rectosis. Every time.
Thank you for the resub! Thank you for the 8 months of support, and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you!
Alright. I'm moving. Later, nerd. Hiya.
Oh, you're back!
Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. The resub notification is from the Hat in Time Seal the Deal DLC. It's the voice of the Snatcher. Sorry, the voice line from the Snatcher. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is. You don't know? So she could still be alive? The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined? After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer and she left the mountain. So you live by yourself? Yeah, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her all by herself up on that mountain. So, who is this man who, ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir, and everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try and contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved, and we thought... You thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with a medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press.
Hi, turtles! Hello! How are you?
He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud and the media jumped on it big time. My mother, became the laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me, White? That was his name. My sister told me. White? Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? Go home? Defend Maya! I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you whether you want me to or not. Why? Why? Well... You aren't the culprit. Someone else is. How do you know? I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. But there's something about this whole thing that smells fishy.
321 HMO! Thank you so much for the 100 bits! Thank you, thank you!
Do the games have different story branches? It's linear. That witness's strange behavior, was that all an act? And the way that lawyer refused to help out Maya. But more than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know, I've been there a long, long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
I know the rough story, Savages, but I don't necessarily know every single contradiction. Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Professor Chaos, thank you for the sub!
Or Chaos! Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Lime Cult. Enjoy your new Lime friend. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel.
Thank you, thank you!
Right, thank you! Phew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes!
And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So, what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer? You can't just ask what's inside a woman's drawers, dude! Come on! It was when I tried to look into that drawer that she got all defensive. There has to be something in there.
Wait a minute. It's you again!
Toppy, thank you for the resub!
Thank you for the 2 months of support and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel.
Thank you, thank you!
Oh god. Good afternoon, sir! Excuse me, you are? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? Ah, I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities? If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Wait, no, hey! Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit. Ah, I almost forgot. Ah! You came back quick. Toppy, did you just get a second? Wait. The deja vu. Hi again. Thank you for the resub. Thank you, thank you. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned. Mr. White! She said White! Where have I heard that name? Come on, Phoenix, you have a memory like a sieve. There we go. White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Wiretap added to the court record. And of course will be submissible in court, even though I found it illegally. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. Alright, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. For Maya's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean.
Oh, bellboy, still there?
Uh-oh, time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court! I like how it does to be continued, even though it legit you just go straight into the next bit.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth! I'd better not show any signs of weakness today or he'll be on me in an instant.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then.
If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court.
Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder.
Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain.
I like this piece of music. That looks slightly suspicious.
The body was found by this window here.
And the cause of death?
Loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir.
It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in the girl's hands, sir. Ugh, my voice is starting to give out.
The court accepts the statue as evidence.
They're still calling it a statue. Fuller plans added to the court record. Now, detective.
Yes, sir.
You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why?
Yes, sir. I had hard evidence that she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why, we had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony.
Whoosh. Smack!
Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness... You're fucking backseating via paper aeroplane! When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. I like how the judge has no problem with the defendant paper aeroplaning the defense attorney in the middle of the proceedings. Can you guys hear my voice fading out? I can hear it. Oh god. I'm dying, Chet.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. No dying? But I wanna. Who did you say you got a call from?
Hey pal, don't play dumb, you know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel right across from the crime scene.
Okay, I pressed. Not sure it did much though. Right, please continue.
Are you sure I was there?
Pulled out.
Listen pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you two stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points to press with a little more care. I press everything, even if it makes no sense. Why is that? What's your reason? Hold on just 1 second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it.
You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious and she sure isn't pink, pal.
Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yeah!
Shit.
Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective, let's hear your testimony again. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was clearly written in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
The wide shot of the lawyers looks a little doofy, like they're made of plasticine.
How do you like that? That's my hard evidence. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor, why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time? I know, I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Press.
Do you have eyes? No. And did you find any evidence? No, don't jump the gun on me, pal.
Oh my god, there's a fucking moth on my pop filter and it scared the crap out of me. It was like in the peripheral of my vision and then it just like flew.
Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it. Oh, then who did write it, Smarty Pants?
Who?
I did!
It's you again?
Naderade! Thank you for the resub! Thank you for the 3 months of support and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you.
The killer! Anyone can see that! Huh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed!
Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence?
Objection!
I fucking love Edgeworth, he's so good. I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright.
Yeah, pal!
Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found.
Do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that? Of course I do, pal!
Uh-oh, he sounded pretty confident. This might not be good.
Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's.
What kind of tests were these again?
Huh? What kind? Well, I hear they take the little bits in the blood, the hemoglobins, hemoglobin. I refuse to testify on this matter, pal. I'm no expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir.
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah?
I look forward to your next evaluation, as should you. Didn't he used to say pay, like, dock your pay or something? That was a mess.
Right, where was I?
On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective?
The right hand.
She was right-handed.
Ha ha ha! Nice try!
Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there.
Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Detective Gumshoe. Do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name?
Sure, it happens all the time in books and the movies.
This isn't a movie, Detective. This is a video game. Let's talk about reality, shall we?
I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no.
Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister?
Yeah, actually you got a point, pal.
Stop right there. Objection. The witness's opinion on this matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. The victim told us the name of her killer.
Order! Order!
That didn't go so well either.
That's right, that's what he said.
That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. Ow. Smack the mic. Sorry, mic abuse. Okay, I found the contradiction.
The music stopped!
Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, Detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
But
No butting your way out of this one, detective. Wait, hold on. Is Edgeworth's coat shaped a certain way, or does he have a huge ass? Next time it zooms out, look at Edgeworth's ass. It's huge.
Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? The day after the murder, wasn't it? Shit. I'm assuming it was the day after the murder, because the day of the murder was super late, so I'm gonna say day after the murder. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being...
Oh, the finger wave! Oh, Edgeworth! Oh! That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. Hi, Kane, sorry.
I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth! I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look so shocked. Something you want to say? I'm a sham! Detective Gumshoe, was I a fool to trust you in your report? Huh? Me? I wasn't... Huh? Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. Wait, but... 1 second. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understood. The court accepts the evidence.
I didn't pick on him. I said I'm a sham.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Look at that ass!
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent?
There we
go. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aww. Yes, Your Honor.
This isn't good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was like in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Fey & Co. law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
Why are her eyes got like rings around him? Is she like performing an illusionary technique or some shit?
It was like 9 o'clock at night, so I looked out the window, you know? And then
Oh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped.
The end, that's all I saw. Every little bitsy witsy.
Well, Your Honor?
I see. It's a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see the need to trouble the witness any...
Wait, Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey! How dare you!
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay. Why did you do that? Huh? Why? Like, why what? Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? Oh, well, she... Wait, that's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. I sort of, you know... I had a feeling! Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder on this one? Yes, press as hard as you can. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night. Oh!
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
Badgering?
You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him! The poor girl! Order! Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl? What about poor me? You looked out the window. What did you see next? Can I save? Oh, I can still save scum. That's great. The woman with long hair. That was Maya Fey?
Uh-huh. Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her? How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. He's right.
I question the testimony!
Hold on a minute, that testimony stinks!
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that... So that's the window. I feel like... That's the window there, and then... I feel like half of it wouldn't be able to be seen. I mean, she is lying. She could also see nothing. Both would kind of cover this. They do mean the same thing. Maybe it just goes the same way. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Ugh!
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Her fucking eyes are terrifying. Holy shit. I haven't looked at them very much because I've been looking at the text, but... Yeah, no, this will totally prepare you for court. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. I love this song. The testimony is bogus!
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. How do you... Rawr?
Sorry, I missed the rawr.
Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise.
Your testimony again if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged on the first attack and ran off to the right. And then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. That kind of statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
I'm sorry, Sane.
I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
Also, just as an FYI, I press everything, even if I see, like, a contradiction immediately, just because it's nice to get all of the fun flavor text.
So you saw me then, too? Of course. I remember that spiky hair anywhere.
Spiky?
The witness will refrain from personal attacks on the defense attorney.
Aw, was I a bad girl? I'm sorry.
Is that right as in you're right as you looked from the hotel?
Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right, it was my right hand, right?
Satisfied, Mr. Wright, please continue. How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes.
That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun.
Where did this weapon come from?
She picked it up from the desk.
I see.
What sort of weapon was it?
Press.
A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all.
No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Okie dokie. Miss May, What you said right just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Order! Order!
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
That was close. If you stop me there, the trial will be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it say the time.
So, you've been to the law offices of Fey & Co.
No, hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fey & Co, where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look right now.
Oh!
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
It's as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty, it couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat?
Well, Miss May? Hey, Omega. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was moved?
But are you sure, Cream Gravy?
Oh, impossible, of course. I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was moved is... where's the transcript? Yeah, that works. Yep. Take that! Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Ah, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen. This is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order! Order!
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it? The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation.
So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then?
If you could. I should probably tell you the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clock back out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Ah, the fucking beep! Why? Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious?
I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many.
Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before, that would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright?
Yep. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before.
It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever.
Wait a minute. It's you again.
Opie Espresso, thank you for the resub. Thank you for the 2 months of support and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Thank you, thank you. What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse.
Boom!
Oh, excuses not on sale today?
Oh? Oh.
Jesus Christ! Did her...
What's it to you, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it! Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have any opinion on this behavior?
Aw, thanks, Augie. Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor, allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because... you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard? Oh wait, wrong voice, never mind. That is correct, Your Honor. There was no other way that she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
Have a look at this.
That?
I found this in Miss May's room. Illegally.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim Miss Maya Fey's phone, were you not?
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in protection of a wiretap. This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What?
Glitching? What does it do? I've got audio blops, but I don't think the screen is glitching out.
Here's my proof.
The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is... There we go. Take that! Oh, thanks, Invisible Jazz.
I present the defendant's cell phone again. Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim.
Beep. It's gonna beep at me again, isn't it? Please no.
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me.
Hey, Mr. Puggy.
Again? What is it this time?
It's a clock.
It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time.
Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation.
You guys are very, very kind. Thank you.
My voice is suffering. Oh god. It was okay right up until I decided to shriek as April, and now it's interesting.
Welcome, welcome, Sarah! Thank you very much for dropping by.
Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer!
I mean, yeah.
It's no fair! All of you ganging up on me like that? Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it! The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tappening, irrelevant?
Ugh, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder even though you tapped her phone? Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you? Damn, she's good. Well, you're not the first man who's thought that.
Remember when you guys at the beginning were saying this game's for kids? Holy shit.
And of course, I can and I will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened at 9 at night? Why, that's just when I was getting room service from the sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was? Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and then you have, like, regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
I think I'm making this up as the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder. So, where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Oops. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder.
No, they're gonna let her just walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy.
Why? What's the reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness.
Condition?
If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer and thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition.
What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. That is not how law works, but okay. Alright, I've got nothing to lose except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap.
Uh-oh.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy.
Yes, sir. I recently received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. He was at work, dude. Where's he supposed to put the tea? He's gotta carry it until he delivers it. God. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from my guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right, I'm ready, I hope. Yeah, we need lime shy for this. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. What exactly is it you do at the hotel?
Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally.
Are you always so prim?
Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions.
I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from my guest, Miss May. Yep. 4 hours and 10 minutes, roughly. No, actually, no, a little bit less because I played Monster Hunter beforehand, so maybe like 3 hours? Just need someone to gift 1,317 subs and we're at that goal. Easy peasy, dude. No big deal. We'll have it by the end of the night. No worries. You're following? Aw, thank you. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be so certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them. And I. The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Jesus. Yes, what then? 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on her TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. Precisely 9 o'clock, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy! Tee-hee! I'd like some iced coffee at exactly 9 o'clock. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9 o'clock, sir.
Augie Jr., thank you so much for giving the gift of sub to Broston. Broston, enjoy your new lime friend. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel, Augie.
Actually, it's a renewed lime. My fault. 4 months. Thank you so much. Why would she be so particular about the time? Because alibi! Alright. None of these actually say the time on them though, which is interesting. Yeah, it was the time of the murder. The problem is if the evidence doesn't explicitly say so, presenting it won't work. As far as I'm aware.
Anonymous gifter, thank you so much for giving the gift of a sub. Incompatible int.
Incompatible int? Thank you so much, Anonymous, for giving that gift sub. Incompatible, enjoy your renewed lime, friend.
Thank you, friendly ghost.
The autopsy doesn't have anything that I can elaborate on.
I am not a professional VO. I like doing impressions and I like doing voice work though. Gotta wait for my big break, dude.
I'd like to be. How long am I planning on streaming? Not too much longer, it's late, and if there's gonna be shrieking and stuff, I'd feel very bad doing that at 1 a.m.
Thank you, Arcane. That's very kind.
No examining. Like, it would have an A button if I could. The game is pretty particular about that kind of thing. I don't think... If it doesn't specifically say, I don't think it will work.
Inmate, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Thank you.
Yeah, the previous autopsy did, this one does not. So that's...
Thank you so much, Inmate. That's incredibly kind of you. Thank you for the lime slug cheers.
Wait a minute. It's you again.
Zakale, thank you for the resub.
Thank you for the 7 months of support. Welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel.
Thank you. I mean, Phoenix reminds me. So that's a little bit suspicious.
Aw, thank you, Shaken. Or Shilken? Sheeken? Thank you.
Clark, thank you for the sub.
Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Lime Cult. Enjoy your new lime friend. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. It's an amazing game, Armhammer. I super recommend it. Oh, it's chicken. Ah, I see. Chicken.
Ted, thank you for the sub.
Thank you for the support. Welcome to the Lime Cult. Enjoy your new lime friend. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Thank you. Holy heck subs. Thank you very, very much.
2400, here we come, dude. Yeah, we're basically there now. Session sub counter should not be broken. It might take a little bit to update. Is it broken? Let's have a look. I can't actually see it. Does it have a number anymore?
Yeah, I mean, I could present, but it does get funny about it. The bellboy wouldn't have any reason to lie, but I have to find something to use in his testimony. One more time, I'll press him until he spills the beans on his teeth. says 506 hasn't changed. That's interesting. It might be broken. Apologies. I mean, the real count is obviously like 1 million, so ignore it. I'll fix it for next time. 7 out of 6, hooray! Just a delay, I guess. Nope. Exactly. When the music doesn't stop! No, don't take my health bar! Fuck. No, in this particular game, I think we can only present the evidence. I don't think we can present people's portraits or anything. I think later on... Dude, I save scum these so hard when I was playing as a kid. I needed the perfect rep. I was like, what if like they take points away from me at the end? No, you can't miss evidence. You can fail to press. Occasionally, I think there are a couple of occasions where when you press a statement later on, it makes new stuff appear earlier if you press again. But that's why I was repressing again. I mean, I know what I need them to... I know what the issue is, I just gotta find the evidence on the statement I need to press on. Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir, as in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? I think I missed this one, actually. Well, when I brought the room service, the guests, favored me with an embrasseur, sir? What? Embrassiere? Maybe? Fuck it. Game, thank you so much for the $2.22. I'm not a nerd, you're a nerd!
Thank you, though. I guess.
Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, but not a French kiss, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. Thank you so much again, Kane. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Yeah, I just need to press little statements. Rip.
Again?
Limealicious, thank you for the resub! Thank you for the 8 months of support and welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. Hold it!
It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Tut tut. Finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, we'll end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
Kane, thank you so much for the $2.22. Is it time to dab, chat? Is it dabbing time?
Protest! Wait, please wait!
Yes, does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one question. Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on far long enough.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all.
Artichoke, thank you for the resub! Thank you for the 11 months of support. Welcome back to the Lime Cult. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel.
Thank you, thank you. This is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? I'm gonna say room service because there was wine. There was like 2 glasses on the table. Tell me again about room service. Again, sir. At exactly 9, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. The guest had requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for two, you know. And we don't skimp on the ice, sir.
We got him!
What did he say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room? Yes, it is, Flame.
I object, that was objectionable! Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite, indeed. It was the, good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Ah! Edgeworth tampering with witnesses! He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof.
You fool!
I've done it! I've won! That's a bit premature. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man. Correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth?
And who, Mr. Wright, is this other person?
Simple, it was... the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May.
Oof!
Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of this other man from the court.
Oof! Upstart amateur! These accusations are ludicrous! Enough! The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
Yay. A reprieve. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know. Then again, that other attorney was pretty cool too.
Huh?
That face of his with his eyes wide and trembling lips. It sends shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well... No, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May, he's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that? Anyway. I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir!
I'm gonna find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Don't worry, I'll find it by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you! You'd let Edgy tamper with your evidence? Oh god, Chad is thirsty. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Whew. Okay, as much as I would love to continue, there are people that are going to sleep now, and I gotta work. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will be back again. I think I'm gonna do tomorrow because I'm working from home tomorrow, and I'll be able to start earlier. I'll put a thing on Twitter. Let me know if you guys would prefer Friday, even though it'll be an hour later. Glorious Fail, thank you so much for the 700 bits. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, everyone. I was kind of unsure about streaming Phoenix Wright. I wasn't sure you guys would like the voices. I was worried you would find it boring. But you guys have been really sweet, and it's been ridiculous amounts of fun playing it for you. So thank you so much, everybody. I can't wait to do some more. I love you guys. It was really fun.